everyone. Welcome into Perspectives, and we're glad to have you with us today. Our first guest is Harvey Payne with the Tallgrass Prairie Preserve. Harvey, good to see you, buddy.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
The folks at home, if they've lived here any length of time, they're going to know about the preserve, but there are a lot of folks that don't. What is it?
Well, it's a very wonderful project. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. And what we're trying to do at the Tallgrass Prairie Preserve is to reestablish a functioning tallgrass prairie ecosystem that basically died when the last bison was killed in Oklahoma, which was about 1851.
Wow. How large?
How large is the preserve? The preserve itself is about 40,000 acres, and then we have conservation easements on another 11,700 acres that either join the preserve or are close by. So it's over a 50,000 acre conservation footprint.
It's pretty good size. I do know that you just use the word footprint. It has a large eco footprint up there. It's intensely incredible what all grows there.
Yes, it is. We've identified over 750 plant species, not counting mosses or lichens, or if we counted those, it would double. It's amazing. The Nature Conservancy originally planned to find 250 plant species there. They found 3 times that. It's pretty amazing.
When's it open to folks?
It's open every day. And it's north of Pawhuska. The headquarters of the preserve is the old Chapman Barnard Ranch headquarters, which are historic. The bunkhouse there that was the headquarters for the ranch is listed on the National Register of Historic Places. It's open every day from dawn to dusk, and there's no admission charge.
We have some pictures and some video we're going to roll for you folks at home to take a look. Now, look, I hate to sound like, you know, Barnstorm Betty here, but don't try to pet the bison. Please, they're not pets. It's not a petting zoo. They will pet you back with both horns and 4 very heavy hooves. But it's incredible. You drive through it, you can see them, take all the pictures you want. It's an absolutely breathtaking place.
It really is. It's very special, and every season is special. You can go there 10 days in a row. You won't see the same thing on consecutive days.
I've heard that.
It's
I've
really
only been
amazing.
through it once.
Yeah.
And I think I burned up one of those little cards that you put in your camera. So, oh, look at that, you know, click everywhere.
Well, everyone wants to see the bison. And the best advice that I can give is to stay in or next to your car, preferably in your vehicle. You're not supposed to get off the county road anyway, except at our hiking trails. You will be rewarded with a lot more bison sightings and photographs if you stay in your vehicle.
You know, I wonder if there's conversation among them. Oh, here comes another carload.
I wouldn't doubt it.
The children that go through it come out with a sense of wonder that they're going to see just a bunch of flatland and a few bushes. There's a lot more to it than that, though, isn't there?
There sure is. And you know, the fact that we have a functioning bison herd of almost 2,000 animals is amazing. No one ever thought we would see something like that again in Oklahoma. And you know, Oklahoma was a hotbed for bison prehistoric times, but they were wiped out. The last recorded bison in the tallgrass ecosystem that stretches from Canada all the way almost to the Gulf was killed in northern Osage County about 1851.
Is that a fact?
So it's amazing that the bison survived as a species, and it's amazing that they're back in the numbers that they are now.
Sort of a poignant point in our history, isn't it?
It really is. It's literally rolling the clock back and recapturing something that was lost or almost lost long ago.
What are the hours?
Daylight till dawn. Daylight till dusk, I'm sorry.
That's great.
It's great. The best time to be there is the first and last light of the day.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, most visitors come in the middle of the day. That just works out that way. But if you're there early in the morning and you hear the prairie waking up and hear the birds start calling, and often you'll hear the bison calling or roaring during the mating season, it's a pretty special time.
You know, Wilfred Brimley went through it a couple of times, and there have been others of Hollywood fame that made the tour who went in a little jaundiced in their opinion and came out with, you know, an entirely different attitude. It was like they were exposed to something I had no idea existed.
We experienced that in 2021 when Martin Scorsese filmed a lot at the Tallgrass Prairie filming Killers of the Flower Moon. And the actors and the stars were impressed with what they saw.
Oh, wouldn't I? I'd love to have heard what they had to say about it.
They raved about it, and a lot of them wanted their photos taken out on the prairie.
No kidding. Until the bison rolled up.
Well, they kept their distance.
Pretty smart of them. Yeah. How does one get to the entrance of it?
Well, there are several ways. There's a west entrance that you access through a little ghost town called 4 Acre. Most people come to Pawhuska and then go north on Grandview, which takes you right out of town to the north, and you just follow the signs to the Tallgrass Visitor Center. The Visitor Center is about 17 or 18 miles north of Pawhuska.
Are there guides to point you in the right direction?
Well, there are signs. There aren't very many county roads, and if you plug it in, you're going to find it. Most people don't have trouble finding it. Where they have trouble is a lot of the guide maps will take you north of Pawhuska on Highway 99. If you do that, you missed it. You go to Pawhuska and go north on Kahika, which becomes Grandview and takes you right out of town.
I'll be darned. So it's pretty well, once you're on the way, if you use a little common sense, you'll end up there.
Yeah, most people don't get lost. I mean, some do, but most don't.
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for taking time to visit with us and to bring us some incredible footage of what's available up there. Second, I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us about the inner workings of it. And it's good to know about the Visitor Center. It's also open from
It's staffed by volunteer docents. Mm-hmm. Many are from Tulsa, but surrounding areas. We've had them as far as Oklahoma City. But they go through a lot of training to tell people about the history of the ranch, the history of the Osage tribe of Indians, the history of the preserve, the workings of the preserve, and the Nature Conservancy. The Visitor Center is open most days from 10 in the morning until 4 in the afternoon.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for taking time to visit with us.
My pleasure.
And bring us up to speed a little bit. We'll do this again down the road.
Super.
You're a good man.
Well, thank you. Look
Short
forward to it.
break. We'll be back right after this.